Yeah, good evening, my viewers and my friends all over the world. This is Emily Green Farm. We are here again to carry out uh, plantain farming for a client who paid for Emily Green Farm to set up his plantation. So this is just the arrival of the sucker. We just brought the suckers from Owerri. So we are in the client's compound where we came to deliver the suckers. So these are the suckers that will be used for the planting, and we have the poultry waste also as well inside. Here we are having about 100 suckers. This is a pure hybrid suckers directly from Emily Green Farm. So we are going to use it to set up the farmland in a short period of time. We will commence. All right. Good morning, my friends, my viewers all over the world. Once again, this is Emily Green Farm. We are here in one of the communities in Imo State, Umo Eziogu to be precise, in Uzoaba. This is a small village in one of the best community I've ever known in Imo State. So we are here to set up the plantain plantation for a client who requested for us to set up his farm. So there are some things I need to talk about before we commence on today's activity. First and foremost, most people do ask some of these questions. We want to set up a farmland, please just give us the sucker, let's start up the whole work. But the truth about the matter is that most people don't really know that the land has to be prepared before the suckers will be brought into the farm. Like some time ago, when we visited this particular site, the land was filled with weeds and some other things. So at first what we did was to uproot most of them. If you take a look at the ground, you will see holes on the ground. Even here you will see the holes where big trees were removed. Are you getting it? So okay, look at this one now. It's still in progress. This one now is still in progress. They are still uprooting it. So if you have trees on your land, you have to uproot them first before you can start talking about putting up your suckers. Okay, these are my suckers that will be planted on the land. These are the suckers. See, as you can see, they are still bringing them into the farmland. And this is a pure hybrid species. So this one now, we'll use it as a kind of sample for people to see. You know, I keep telling people, when you want to do this thing, you have to be prepared for it. Sometimes people will tell you, we want to plant plantain. This plantain, is it not this common plantain we see everywhere? Yes, we know plantain are everywhere, but this particular one now is quite different from others. Some people will tell you, okay, how much do you sell this? We need this, but by the time you tell them the price, they will be amazed. So we are going to show you things. So once these trees and weeds has been removed from the farm, the next thing is the digging stage. There are procedures how we dig for the planting. We don't just dig and cover it. So I'm going to show you some of the things that are required and necessary for this work. First and foremost, some people do ask, what measurement do we use? Setting up a plantation like this, it all depends on the individual. Some people will tell you that they can plant maybe 2,000 suckers in 5 plots or in 10 plots. But the truth about the matter is that we have a standard measurement which we normally use, and this measurement is not just something we created. There are reasons why we plant with this measurement. And most people, they use 10 feet. Some can use 15 feet, because I myself, I measure in feet. But for the standard measurement to do this now, we are making use of 3 meters, which is about 8.2 feet. So but for an individual, you want to do this now, I always advise people, when you want to do it, you can do it using 8 feet. So we'll normally use a stick. We'll measure 8 feet on a stick. Are you getting it? After the digging, we can now use the sticks to move it to the next place in order to get the exact measurement. Are you getting it? As you can see now, the man here is doing the digging. So after that now, after digging it, he has to make use of this particular stick. This stick now is about 8 feet. Are you getting it? And this 8 feet stick, after digging this one now, we'll move it to the next one. So that this stick now, we determine the distance from the first sucker to the other sucker. Are you getting it? So that's just the planting measures we normally use in terms of measurement. Then secondly, after the digging, what we normally do, although we have different procedures on how we plant, most people will apply the poultry droppings right inside the ground. Are you getting it? Most people will drop the poultry droppings right inside the ground before putting down the suckers. While some people will put the suckers, cover it, then after everything, they can now pour the droppings right on the earth surface where the suckers were being planted. So you can see now, this is the distance from this sucker now to another one. This is the stick showing us the distance from each sucker. So that is just that. So meanwhile, other ones, we position them for the planting. As you can see them, we plant it in a row. So in each row, what we do, 8 feet this way, 8 feet this way, 8 feet this way, and this other way is about 8 feet also. Are you getting it? We are using 8 feet by 8 feet, which is equivalent to a standard car size. After doing this thing now, you can move about. That's the essence of the spacing, the essence of the measurement we are using now, so that you can move around, assess them, check on your plantain during time for harvest. Are you getting it? The more they grow, the more they multiply, and there will be enough space for them to to multiply. And during that process, you can now start transplanting, removing the plantlets for transplanting to maybe another site. Are you getting it? So that is that. So after positioning this thing, the method we are going to use now is, after this digging, we are going to apply the droppings right inside the ground. Right inside the ground. That's how we do it. We'll apply the droppings right inside the ground. After applying the droppings, then we'll mix it up with the sand inside, then put our suckers right inside the ground. There is another thing I would like to explain, but that will be on our next video. Let me just say a little about it. Sometimes the sand which is brought out from where the plantlets or suckers will be planted, we don't normally put back that sand. Are you getting it? Because we have to create a kind of vacuum for water and mulching. So maybe on the next episode I will talk about that. Or if you want to know more, you can easily call me as well. My number is 080 649 56742. You can easily reach me as well on that particular number, or you call me on 070 63431615. These are my lines. You can contact me. Then on WhatsApp, you can chat me up on 08188335555. So when we are done with this planting techniques and every other thing, I will still show you people how it looks like. Are you getting it? I will show you how the whole work looks like. Then maybe as they grow, I will now explain the period when you can apply your poultry droppings. Are you getting it? The poultry droppings, as you can see now, somebody is just bringing, they are still bringing them. These are the poultry droppings. They were bagged. I bagged them. So we store them in a bag for the sake of rain and some other things. So this is on this particular land now. We are planting 100 for a start. Are you getting it? And we are using about 35 bags of plantain droppings, which is 3:1. That is what we are doing it for now. Then maybe after this planting now, then the person can now apply the main droppings, the one you put on the earth surface. It will really help these suckers to grow. Are you getting it? So maybe few months later, you now apply the last one. Normally I do apply my droppings twice in a year. But the difference is the quantity. The quantity matters. There are some people that will tell you twice in a month, or maybe 4 times in a year, depending on the quantity which you are using. But here we are using 3:1 for this planting. So after that, when we are done with the whole planting, I will show you what it looks like. And the next time I will be carrying out a video on this plantation now, it will be maybe during the weeding stage. By then they would have grown at least to some extent. I will now show you. Then I can now carry out video during harvest so that you can see with your eyes what this plantain species look like. This is just a trial. Are you getting it? So if you are doubting that maybe this is not a pure hybrid, you can go for one. You can buy one, use it as a sample. If it is not what I'm explaining now, you call me and tell me, but you use one for a start, just for a trial. I won't tell you to buy 1,000, or you can just as well seek for one sucker for a start. Then we'll bring it to you when you plant. And this thing, we normally plant it during raining season. Now today's date is I think today's date is 13th of May 2021, being Thursday. So that's all for now. That's all I can explain for now. So if you have any question, you can reach me on my line, either on WhatsApp or on Facebook or my direct line. Once again, thank you. I am Wiseman, CEO of Emily Green Farm. Thank you for watching. Here's the application of the poultry droppings inside the hole before we plant. Now, moving down to the next hole. So after this, we have to mix up the poultry droppings with sand. Then we add water to it, to mix it up. Hello viewers, this is exactly what I'm talking about concerning the planting. When we plant now, this is the vacuum we are talking about. You can see this particular sucker now. Here is the vacuum. So by the time rain comes, all the water will be stored. We have some water around this sucker surrounding it. So after this thing now, the next thing is mulching it. Are you getting it? With weeds that we got from the land. That's what we use to mulch the distance. So once the rain comes, this vacuum here will be able to help us save and store water, so as to retain the sucker and also help its growth. This one is one. Here is another one. Here is another one. We still have many of them. This one is another one. We still have other ones. You can see them. This is how they look like. This is how they look like. So after this process now, after this step now, the next thing is mulching. So then after mulching it, we'll now give it some time for it to grow again before we can now apply another set of poultry droppings. So if you have any question to ask, feel free to call me on my line or chat me up on my line. So as it is, my number, I know you all have it. Here is my number: 07063431615, or you chat me up on WhatsApp 08188335555. If you are chatting me up or calling me from outside Nigeria, you can reach me using the Nigerian code +234. Then you include the phone number. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. God bless.